You see, when a woman is detached from a guy, it's easy to manipulate a guy when you don't care about him, right? Isn't it easy? It's very easy to control a guy when you don't care about him. But when you care about the guy, all of a sudden your powers go away and you become the one who can easily be manipulated. And at the same time, you sort of lose that extra attractive punch, that edge that the guys whom you don't like see in yourself, right? And it causes high value men to not respect you that much. So this is what you got to do, right? The first thing is you got to have a list of things you will or will not accept from men. That's going to set the that's what's going to set the momentum. In other words, that's what's going to give you that strength of character. This is what I mean, right? I have certain things I will and will not accept from women, right? There are some things that if you do, I'm gonna play you. I'm gonna fucking play you. See what I'm saying? There are some things if you do certain things to me, I am gonna play you, right? And if you're, if, for example, like if women are 30 minutes late on a date, I just leave. Like honestly, if you're gonna be 30 minutes late, let's just do it some other time. If a woman is always gonna talk about her ex to me, I'm gonna tell her, look, man, like I prefer for you not to talk about your ex around me, right? To the point that if she keeps doing it, I'll leave, right? If a woman wants to start an argument and be disrespectful in my house, I'll tell her to leave until she calms down, right? Like you gotta have things based on your past that you found disrespectful that you're not gonna let repeat again. You see what I'm saying? You gotta have things in you, in things that people that you say to yourself, if this person does this, I will leave. If this person does that, I will leave. And think back in your life. Think in moments when you got manipulated. Think in the moments in your life when you got played. And remember, what were the first signs that you were about to be played? What were the first signs that somebody is about to make you look like a fool? Look for the first signs, right? What were how was this person acting? How was this person's demeanor? And make a memory bank about it, right? And just vow to never let that happen again. In other words, if I see this, I will do this, and have a list of consequences. If a guy wants to dump you, right? If a guy wants to dump you and take you back, you can't let that happen. So you could say that if a guy dumps you once, in order to get back to me, you gotta lick me. I told, motherfucker, man. Like some guys out there will make women lick their asses. All right. Some guys, me, if a woman leaves and wants to come back, she's gonna have to do something to make it up to me. She's gonna have to. You can't just leave me and come back and do nothing. You can't just come back like nothing happened. You're gonna have to make it up to me somehow. You see what I'm saying? You're gonna have to make it up to me. So having this kind of mindset as a guy, I could sense your strength. As a guy, I could sense that, like, I could sense that there are limits. I could sense that. I could sense your boundaries. And when people feel your boundaries, their respect for you rises. It's just what it is. Their respect for you rises when people sense your boundaries. You see what I'm saying? And that's all you gotta do, man. You gotta have, because this is what happens, man. If you don't have this, if you don't, by the way, I have, today's the last day to get 20% off my online courses. Only for Valentine's Day. There's a discount down below. This is what happens, man. If you don't do this, your decision making will be based on emotions. You're gonna make your decisions based on emotions, right? And what's gonna happen once you do that, once you make your decisions based on emotions, all of a sudden you become easily manipulated, because the manipulator requires you to be emotional in order to manipulate you. You see what I'm saying? So what you want to do is have the utmost rationality, and you develop rationality through thinking long term, through analyzing the past, through strategizing for the future. That's how you develop rationality, through analyzing the past and strategizing for the future. It'll give you that relaxation. It'll give you that calmness, because you know where you're going, because you made a plan. You analyze the past and you know where you're going into the future.
And the reason for this is because of this. When I would, for example, when I would talk to a girl, I would see her, and in my mind, I'm like, fuck, I want her, right? High intention, right? I want her. I have my desire for her, high intention. But then the attachment comes from depending on your mentality, right? you're gonna have high attachment if you're trying to find happiness in the interaction, right? So when you're talking to the girl, and in this case, when you're talking to the guy, you're gonna be talking, but underneath your conscious awareness, there's an underlying thought of, I want this to work, because if it works, it means I'm gonna leave feeling better about myself. So because of that, it causes you to be attached to the outcome. You become fearful, you become more insecure, and you begin to see things that are not even there, right? So what happens? Your personality changes because you feel like your emotional state is at risk if the guy doesn't like you back, because you're gonna feel shitty. So you're gonna have high intention, high attachment. High intention, low attachment is this: fuck, I want him, or fuck, I want her, but it's okay if she doesn't want me because I have other sources of happiness. So that means I'm gonna have high intention. Yo, what's up, girl? How you doing? I'm gonna be persistent, but without the neediness, without the gravitational pull for her to be in my life to make me happy. And that's where the problem lies, where you convolute your desire for a guy, for your desire to be happy vicariously through him. You see, and so but the key to this is this: is not changing your mentality from high intention, high attachment to high intention, low attachment, but to be aware of the pattern first. The key is not to change it. The key is to notice the pattern. Notice yourself looking for happiness in men. Notice yourself looking for satisfaction in men, right? And when you do that, when you bring awareness to it, the pattern stops. You see, the key is to simply notice the pattern. As soon as you become aware of the pattern, those patterns don't control you no more because you weren't aware of it in the past. You see, a lot of times we're not aware of those patterns because we rationalize it. We convince ourselves that we're doing it because we just want to have fun. But deep down, you're doing it because there's a hole inside of you that needs to be filled. You see, and the key to taking action is to simply be aware of your motivation. Simply be aware of the level of attachment you have of the interaction. And simply notice it. Because as soon as you notice yourself putting a lot of attachment to the interaction, you separate fact from fiction. You see, and guys are going to feel that. You're going to be less intense. You're going to be less needier. And how do you do this? You may be saying to yourself, how do I do this? You do this by simply shifting your awareness from your oh my God, I keep saying this shit, but what am I supposed to say? You simply shift your awareness from your thoughts to the sensation in your body. You want to get grounded. You want to feel your hand or feel your feet or feel any physical sensation in your body as you talk to the guy or as you talk to the girl. Who knows, right? So what does that do? That allows you to actually interact with the guy without putting in your own insecurity. That allows you to talk to the guy without talking to him through your own insecurities. And it allows you to talk while becoming aware of your inner and emotional state. You see, you're not allowing your mind to use you, but rather you are using your mind because you're grounded in the present moment, right? And so this is the only thing you got to do when you're talking to a guy. This is the only instructions. Notice yourself. Notice yourself trying to find happiness in a guy. For example, when you're talking to a guy, notice the thought of, please text me back, or I hope he likes me. Just notice the little whisper of trying to find happiness in him. When you receive a text message from a guy, notice your attachment to his response. Just simply notice the attachment to his response. Sorry, that's a client. I can't pick up right now. Just simply, by the way, if you're my client, I'm still making my video. I'll call you in a couple minutes. So simply notice your desire. That's all you got to do. Because as soon as you do that, then you're going to say, holy shit, there it is. There it is. There's my neediness. Now, you're not going to push it away. Because if you push it away, you know what are you doing when you push it away? You're using a thought. Fuck that. I don't want to think about that. Let me not think about that. No, we're not playing fire with fire. Rather than pushing it away, what do? You shift your attention from the thought to the physical sensation. Feel your feet, feel your arm, or feel the whole body completely. Or feel your breath. Right? It's not it's not to panic, it's just to remain present and alert, right? And what does that do? That grounds you. And you'll slowly, and what you're gonna notice is that you're gonna have high intention but low attachment naturally, right? So your desire for the person is gonna be there, but the attachment for happiness is not gonna be there because you're grounded. You're not feeding that monster of trying to find happiness in people, you're starving it. And what arises from you starving it is what? Peace. And now when you're at peace, you don't need anything. When you're at peace, you're fulfilled. When you're at peace, there's nothing that he could give you that could make you happy. And that's where it is. Where you know that where you say to yourself, there's nothing that you have that I want. No, there's nothing that you have that I need, but there are some things that I want. Right? Needing and wanting are two completely different things. You want the guy, but you don't need the guy. You love the guy, but you don't need the guy because you're at peace with yourself. So I know it's very metaphysical and very esoteric in nature, right? But that's all you have to do, motherfuckers. Now, if you guys struggle with that, you guys are like, oh, that's too esoteric. Is there another? Oh, look at my Kindle. Huh. Holy shit, I just noticed. This is coffee, by the way. I spilled coffee and I broke it many years ago. Let me see if it's still turned on. Okay. Yeah. So it's something else you could do is see them as a child. See the child in them. Treat them in your mind. Make believe that you're looking at a child, and your brain is naturally going to treat them not with disrespect, but with more looseness, with more relaxation. See what I'm saying?
All right, ladies and gentlemen, if you guys ever want to learn how to use your feminine energy to influence people, learn how to use your masculine energy to become more assertive, and also learn how to blend both energies to improve your dating life, your spiritual life, honestly, your relationship life, your family life, your career life, this is the course for you. If I had to make a course for my nieces, I have two nieces, one is 19 and one is 15. 16. Holy shit. Oh my God, he's a bad fucking uncle. He's a bad uncle. Get him. Shut up, Melissa. You should get this course, right? And this is the course that I will make for them. So, for example, watch the curriculum, right? In the first week, we're going to be showing you how to establish a strong masculine foundation without letting it hurt your feminine energy. This masculine foundation is a source of who you are, right? It's your bodyguard. Without this, whatever feminine energy you create will be destroyed by the outside, because your masculine is your shield. So we'll talk about goal setting. We'll talk about how to develop a serious attitude. We're going to be talking about how to use more logic, how to use more goal-oriented behavior. It's more how to be a man. Now the next one is how to embrace the feminine energy, right? This one would teach you about how to minimize excessive masculine traits, developing self-awareness, healing abundant feminine energy, regulating your emotion, mastering voice qualities and facial expressions, surrendering control, and allowing pain to be felt. This is honestly, this will supercharge, like Kaioken, your masculine energy. After that, we have femininity in the workplace and how to be feminine in the workplace without letting people take advantage of you, and the nuances of how women on power should behave versus women who are subordinates in the workplace, and even the dress code. This is based on psychology, people. It's kind of insane. I'm actually excited about this one. The next week, we talk about navigating the labyrinth of male and female friendship. And this, a lot of women find confusing, so we talk about that. And how to identify envious friends, how to identify the good friends, how to keep male friends, and how to keep female friends. Week 5, we talk about how to release the burden of the past and stop and destroy mental projections. This is actually really powerful. And then week 6, we talk about how to increase your observational power so that you could read people better. And we have a bunch of bonuses. The course starts at $99, and you guys can pre-order the course today at $69 before it goes out. If you're watching this, most likely I'm in the meditation retreat, so I will be praying for all of you guys. And just click on the description down below of the video. Right there, you'll see it, and you could pre-order that course. It's gonna be out by the end of next month or the beginning of February of March. One of the two, people, because I have a 10-day retreat to do, and I want to finish the course after the retreat, because I think the ideas are gonna be so much better. All right, man. I'll see you guys later. Pre-order, man. Oh, I'm closing the channel.